DSEJ online classes, a digital initiative by Worthy Director School Education Jammu. On behalf of our Worthy Director School Education Jammu, I myself Chandar Prakash, Master Government High School Dhrubil Zone Inderwal District Kishtwar, welcome all of you from this ICT lab of High School Dhrubil. So before going to our topic today, we are going to discuss one beautiful poem of class 10th syllabus from your book Tulip series of English. This is included in our Jammu Kashmir Board of School Education syllabus. So from these pics, can you guess what we are going to study today, what we are going to discuss today? So in this pic you can see that some people are making violence, some people had or we can say snake their rights, and here also there is some sort of injustice we can say in this picture. So can you guess what we are going to study today, what we are going to discuss today, or can you guess what is going on in these pics? So we can say why some people suffer in this world. You might have been guessing that because of the people make violence on other people, so that people suffers by the violence. These might be your guesses, your imagination, you might be observing from these pictures. But yes, dear students, the world suffer not by the violence of bad people, but the silence of good people. This is proverb by one famous writer, that historian Napoleon. So you might have some sort of guess what we are going to study today. So dear student, our topic is today how to stop that violence, whether it's physical assault on you or that assault on your dignity, on your prestige. So how to face that? That's what the writer had told in this poem. So our poem today is Speak Up. This poem actually has been translated in English, but it was written by Faiz Ahmad Faiz, was a great Urdu writer. So, and this is in our class 10th syllabus, and this poem was translated from Urdu into English by K. Shiv Kumar. Actually, this poem is Bol. The title of the poem is Bol. Bol ki lab azad hain tere. Actually, this is Urdu poem. बोल की लब आज़ाद है तेरे, बोल ज़बां अब तक तेरी है, तेरा सुतवां जिस्म है तेरा, बोल की जां अब तक तेरी है. So yes dear students, we are going to learn this, we are going to discuss this poem today. So moving ahead, actually this Faiz Ahmad Faiz, his era was from this 1911 to 1984, was born in Sialkot, Punjab. So you should also open your books. This is included in your books. So Sialkot, Punjab, now in Pakistan. Actually at that time India and Pakistan were only one country. So he was a great Urdu poet. So he won a Lenin Prize in 1962. He was a Marxist. He was that his ideology was actually Marxist. So moving ahead, let's go to that poem. So this poem at that time when Faiz Ahmad Faiz was young in 1947, because he was born in 1911. So during that freedom struggle of India, he was very young, and so that means he was also desperate to get freedom from British rule. So this poem is related to that British rule also. However, so many English laureates relate this poem with his loyalty towards Marxism. So they think that this poem was written against the capitalism. So but we can say that because at that time there was also, we can also relate it with the freedom struggle, because at that time freedom struggle was at peak when this poem was written by Faiz Ahmad Faiz. So moving ahead, Pakistan. So बोल की लब आज़ाद हैं तेरे, बोल ज़बां अब तक तेरी है, तेरा सुतवां means straight body is yours, बोल की जां अब तक तेरी है, your soul is still your own. So poem, what this poem give us what that message is in the poem. The poem Speak Up is a beautiful expression of the poet against the atrocities of the Britishers. So at that time, British rule, India was under the British control. So this poem is a beautiful expression of these atrocities made by the Britishers on Indian. So the poet calls upon his countrymen to raise a voice against the repressors, people who oppress others, people who that mean violate others' rights, who take other rights, snatch other rights, others' rights. It is a poem of profound meaning and courage that intends to infuse a spark of bravery and give voice to the voiceless. So it is a poem to spark bravery among us, among the pupils of the time, among the freedom fighters at that time who are fighting for the independence of India, and also to give voice to the voiceless people. So let's discuss in brief what this poem is about. So moving ahead, Speak Up poem, before that discussing it line by line, verse by verse, let's make reading of this poem. Speak up, for your lips are not sealed and your words are still your own. This upright body is yours. Speak while your soul is still your own. Look there in that smithy, its red oven fires flames. The padlocks are already opening their mouths and each fetter is skirting around. Speak up, now for time's running out before your body and mind fade away. Tell us, for truth is not yet dead. Speak up whatever you have to say. So there are some new words which are in the poem, which you might have got in that poem, some glossary from this poem. So locked means closed, upright means straight body, upright body, okay. Smithy, a place where things are made of a metal, where the tools of metals are made for agriculture or for other purposes, that is called smithy. Padlock, some small metal lock, V-shaped bar. So metal lock which are used for several purposes, that is what padlock means. So fetter, a chain or a shackle for feet to bind the pupil, a chain which is used to bind people with hands or with feet, the skirting surrounding. So the first line here is, you can imagine from the pictures, speak up, your lips are not sealed. What poet want to tell us, what poet want to convey us, that why are you silent? Why are you silent? Why you are not speaking against the tyranny of British rulers? Why you are not speaking against the atrocities of Britishers in India? So speak up, in first line poet says, speak up, your lips are not sealed. In second line he tells us, and your words are still your own. That means you are not going to be eaten by someone, you are not going to be grabbed by someone, your words are your own. Why are you not speaking? If you think there is violence, if you think there is injustice with you, why are you not speaking against that injustice? And your words are still your own. In third line, this upright body is yours, this straight body. Here metaphor has been used by the poet, that our body has been compared with the upright. That means we'll write straight. This upright body is yours. This upright body is yours. Why are you not speaking? So speak up while your soul is still your own. The poet here conveys a message to us that your soul, why are not asking your soul that atrocities are being made on the people, but you are silent? Why are you not speaking? Your soul is still your own. You have your soul, it had not been snatched by someone. If your rights had been snatched, your lips are not sealed. Why you are not speaking? If other pupils who had jumped in that freedom struggle, who are fighting against the British atrocities, why are you not supporting them by speaking? Your soul is still your own. You have your own soul. Why are you not asking that soul to speak up? There in that smithy here had been smithy. Look there in that smithy is one metaphor which has been used here. The smithy means here actually that literal meaning of that smithy is the shop of blacksmith, where these metal the tools are made. But here smithy had been compared with the freedom struggle, that all people have jumped into the freedom struggle. There are some pupils who have jumped for the freedom struggle, who are speaking against the British atrocities, who are speaking against the monarch system in India. Why are you silent? Why are you not speaking? Look there in that smithy. That means look there, the people have jumped for the freedom struggle. Why you are waiting? Why you are not supporting them? That's what smithy had been used here. So this one more metaphor which had been used. It's red oven fires flames. Again, look there in that smithy. That means actually fires flames when in the blacksmith shops there's a fire is blown up. Then that metal is casted in that fire, and then after heating given different shapes by these blacksmiths. But here that comparison had been made with the freedom struggle. Actually blacksmithy here means that freedom struggle is going on, and red oven fires flames mean that people are at large scale are jumping for this freedom struggle, are speaking for this freedom struggle, are demanding justice, demanding freedom for their countrymen, and that's what red oven and fires flames had been used here. These are also metaphors as well as imagery which had been used by the poet here. Now in the next line, the padlocks are already opening their mouths. That means here padlocks, that means those locks which are used for the pupil to bind them, arrest them, that punish them. These padlocks are being opening their mouths. That means that the oppressor is now under depression. Oppressor is had become that we can say that oppressor is now little nervous because of that blacksmithy, red oven and fires flames. What that mean? That because of the people are speaking, people are taking part in the freedom struggle, and the oppressor is now nervous. That's why he had used that the padlocks are already opening their mouths. The padlocks are opening their mouths. Padlocks are opening their mouths. And each fetter is skirting around. That means each fetter. That means these chains which are used to bind you, which are used to crush you, are skitting around, making surround, making breaking and we can these chains are breaking, and these chains are making round in your surrounding, and if you will not speak this can harm you more. So speak up now, for time's running out. Why are you waiting for? Because look there in that smithy, it's a red oven fires flames. Here metaphor, what a beautiful lines had been used in those two lines. Look there in that smithy, it's a red oven fires flames, because freedom struggle had on peak. Why are you waiting. Time is running out. If you will not speak, you are not going to support those people who are fighting for the freedom struggle, who are speaking against the British atrocities. So time is running out. Speak up now, because time is running out. Time is running out. Next, before your body and mind fade away. Before your body and mind will fade away, before your body and mind will vanish away, it will stop to work, and before that you should speak out. You will become immortal, mortal to immortal. So before that you should speak out. Why are you waiting for? Why are you not speaking out? So before your body and mind fade away, speak out. Speak up. Tell us truth is yet not dead. And poet has firm belief on his countrymen that people will tell the truth. And again in this line, poet also had said, poet had also conveyed that we should speak for truth. We should stand for truth, not for rumors, not for which is not truth, not for false information, not for false things. We should speak for the truth. Tell us the truth, which is not yet dead. There are people who speak truth. So tell us truth is yet not dead. So we should speak up, but for truth, if it is truth. Okay, so speak up whatever you have to say. In the last line, only 12 lines. This poem consists only 12 verses. So in the last verse, poet said, speak up whatever you have to say. Though here poet had firm belief that his countrymen are honest enough, so they will not lie. They will not follow the false propaganda, but they will follow the propaganda based on the facts, based on the truth. So here he said to his countrymen, speak up whatever you have to say, because if there is cruelty with you, if there is injustice with you, you should speak up. So this is the poem. So what are outcomes? Outcomes means what is the nutshell, what we get from this poem. The poet wants the reader to make wise before it's too late. So first what we get from this poem is that the poet instigates, wants the reader make up wise before it's too late. He wants, so before your mind and body fade away, you should speak up here, because that's what he had said in the poem, to speak courageously and express the thought clearly. So you should not cheat yourself. You should not cheat yourself. You should be brave. You should express your thoughts clearly. You should express your thoughts which are based on truth, facts, before the tyrant. Tyrants mean cruel. Suppressed them completely and destroy their identity. So poet here instigated his readers that you should speak against the tyrant authority, authoritarian people, monarch authority, and suppress them, destroy them completely, destroy their identity completely from our country. That's what he had said in this poem. Moving ahead, in these lines, the poet wants the oppressed to speak up. The poet wants his countrymen to hear the voice of their soul. So again, he had that requested his countrymen to hear the voice of their soul. If you think there is injustice with you, so you should speak up. Why are you not speaking? If there is injustice, so you should ask your soul whether it's just injustice or not. So you should hear the voice of the soul and speak against the cruelty or tyrant authorities. Phase encouraged the reader to speak up clearly and without any fear. We should also speak without any fear, as told by Faiz Ahmad Faith. He raised the voice against the cruelties by tyrants, that colonialist. So the summary of the poem, actually the poem is Bhool. The poem is Bhool, and the summary of the poem is the poem Speak Up is an English translation of Urdu poem Bhool, written by eminent Urdu poet and a Nobel nominee Faiz Ahmad Faiz. Okay, and translated from Urdu by Shiv K. Kumar. This poem has been taken from Faiz collection Naqshe Faryadi. Naqshe Faryad. This has been taken from there. Published in 1941. Actually, that's why it is related with that freedom struggle, because in 1941 Indian freedom struggle was at peak. That's why we relate with the freedom struggle. So in this poem, the poet intends to give voice to the oppressed and voiceless people, and he addressed to his countrymen that they should stand against the tyranny and brutality of the Britishers. Actually, this poem is an evocation of the patriotic feelings of the countrymen of the poet. He wants to free his motherland from the clutches of the white oppressors, and thus is using very emotional and zealous slogans to free themselves. So the poet says to his countrymen, speak up, because they have been bestowed with lips and power of communication by Almighty God, because you have lips to speak, and you have strength, you have courage which had been given to you by Almighty God, so you should speak up. So next part of the summary is, he wants them to speak because they possess a well-built body and a soul surviving it, so they should utilize their energy to defy oppression, that means oppressors who are making cruelties on you. In the next stanza, the poet uses the metaphors. He compares emotional struggle with smithy of a blacksmith. So this smithy or forge is bearing such a high temperature. That means that freedom struggle is at at peak stage. Can melt any metal, which can melt any metal. That means that it's so strong that it can melt anyone, that it can destroy anyone. So he feels that the rebels of the struggle have already ignited the revolution, like the fierce flames of the smithy. Again, here metaphor has been used. It is because of this intense agitation and revolution of the rebels that chains and shackles of slavery about to break. It is about because of these rebellions, these people, that struggle of these people, that these chains are breaking now. These padlocks are opening their mouths now. So the only thing which is needed to the encouragement by joining the struggle. So he requests his countrymen to join the struggle. So this is poem about, as already we discussed in that part. Now we will discuss some poetic devices which had been used by the poet. So first of all, so many metaphors had been used and imagery had been used in this poem. So what is metaphor? A metaphor is a verse, a word or phrase used in an imaginative way to describe something else. It is used to show how two different things have the same quality. For example, to describe something else. For example, when he used the that smithy, actually the literal meaning of the smith is that the work of blacksmith. But here the poet had used smithy as that the freedom struggle is at peak. People are fighting for freedom struggle. So you should also speak. So smithy had been used here as metaphor. So when we use in an imaginative way, we describe something else, we speak something and it had means something else. So that is what that metaphor is. Okay, so I think you might have got what metaphor is. So some of the poetic devices are, we can say, some metaphors which had been used. That poetic devices, as well as one metaphor can be imagery also. What is imagery? Imagery, when there is when poet is able to draw, create image in your mind. So that is imagery. Lips are not sealed. Your lips are not sealed. Lips are not sealed. That means actually no one can seal lips. So lips are not sealed here had been compared, that why are you not speaking, that that so many people have jumped in the freedom struggle, you should also support them. So here this phrase has been used to ignite the people or give them encouragement to speak. Okay, upright body. So body is, what type of body is? So he said that you are upright, you have a straight body, you have straight body and that upright body, so you should speak up. Why are you not speaking? The padlocks are already opening their mouth. That means that padlocks here had been not, it is not actually the those padlocks which are made in that blacksmith shop. It had been compared with that because of these some rebels who had jumped in the freedom struggle, due to their struggle, due to their fight, that oppressor also had become nervous. He has crashed and he is at the verge of to get destroy here. So you should support those rebels, you should support those freedom fighters, so that they will become totally vanished from our country. Each fetter skirting around, time is running out, truth is not yet dead. These are some other poetic devices which had been used by the poet. Okay, and now we will move ahead. Some imagery. Actually, this imagery is when poet is able to create image in our mind. So blacksmith shop stands for this situation, for the freedom. So freedom fighters created for the liberty of their motherland. So this is imagery. The oven, a red oven, fierce flames, these are also stand for their coverage. Okay, the chains and fetter are the epitome slavery which the poet is determined to break. So there are some questions which also had been given in that our book. So these are examination point of view, these are important. The poet provokes reader, speak up, why does he do so? The poet addresses the reader. So we will discuss these questions also. So first question is, why the poet instigate the reader to speak up? Why does he do so? The poet wants countrymen to speak up because the things which are suppressed in their hearts, those things which are in your hearts, you should speak up with courageously. Why are you hiding them in your heart? Why are you not speaking? Why you should listen to your soul and speak up? Okay, now the second question is, what is the second question? The poet addresses the reader to come up with the truth. How does he do so? So in which line he had communicate with us that we should come with the truth. How does he do so? The poet says that the truth is not yet dead. It is unknown to everyone. So even tyrant authorities, even those oppressors also know that also knew what is the truth. So you should speak, and you are being you are oppressed. You are being your rights had been snatched. So you also know your what is the truth. So you should speak the truth. In next question, how will the chains break? How will the chains break? What the poet had said in the poem to break the chains? How these chains could be broken out? So the chains will break if we have to courage and zest to break them. So if we have courage to break them, only then they can break. The oppressor will not break their chains himself. They will break if we refuse to live in them. If we will accept to live with these chains, they will remain there. If we'll start to struggle, if we will struggle to break them, they will break out. So this is how these chains can be broken out. So why does the poet urge the speaker to speak up now? So why he is urging the reader to speak up now? That means why he is in hurry? Why he is in hurry to speak up quickly? Speak up now. Speak up now urges time is running out, because he said that time is running, there is no time. The poet urges his countrymen to utilize the opportunity, because he thinks that oppressor is totally depressed, oppressor is totally that nervous, oppressor is totally at that edge to go into sea to die, but and so you should help other freedom struggles by speaking the truth. So this is the do you think, one more question, do you think speak up is an effort of the poet to give voice to the voiceless people? Yes, of course, it is the effort of a poet to give voice to the voiceless people for today. So thank you very much for watching, for staying with me. Thank you very much.